Hey everyone, finish watching the next episode of Samurai, Forest for the Trees. The new Zords collected can form the Samurai Battle Wing. 3 Rangers are needed to pilot it. Jaden keeps the Tiger Zord, Kevin keeps the Swordfish Zord, and Mia gets the Beetle Zord. Mike is disappointed he didn't get the Beetle Zord and amps up his effort training. A new Nylok appears. He has the ability to create magic rain that makes people lose hope. The Rangers confront the monster. Mia drops her Beetle Disc and Mike catches it. Instead of returning it, he tries to use it himself. The Nylok slips away, and Mike couldn't use his weapon. At the Shiba house, Mentor G scolds Mike for being selfish and orders him to turn in his Samuraizer. Mike uses his symbol power to wrap a nearby plant around G. G pulls away, knocking the plant over. Jaden tells him to stop. Mike tosses his morpher down and leaves. Mia doesn't think Mike was entirely in the wrong. She thinks he's just as deserving to control the Beetle Disc as she is. Mike, meanwhile, is at the arcade. He thinks back to how he acted and regrets it. Bulk and Spike are at the arcade too, playing a dancing game. Alright. Mike mutters to himself he can't believe Mentor took his Samuraizer. Spike overhears and goes after him. Mentor picks up Mike from the arcade. As they ride away on G's motorcycle, Spike chases and doesn't notice a stop sign in front of him until he crashes into it. Mentor G takes Mike out to the forest so Mike can get a greater sense of what his symbol power is. He apologizes for overacting and returns his morpher. Mike says he's sorry too. Jaden calls Mike for help dealing with the Nylok. Mike has a newfound confidence in himself and successfully destroys the Nylok. It returns giant, and we once again sit through the long, repetitive sequence of the Rangers calling the Zords. Mia gives Mike the Beetle Disc, and they summon the Samurai Battle Wing. With its power, they defeat the Nylok. At the Shiba house, Mike gives Mentor G a new plant to replace the one he knocked over earlier. This episode is better than the last, but also worse in some ways. It feels like a genuine attempt at telling a story instead of last episode's regurgitated parroting. The big problem is that it seems like Mike is rewarded for petty jealousy. I really think there should have been more justification for Mike's feelings than just him wanting the Beetle Zord to want it. Maybe if he had a hand in getting it, I'd understand his feelings, but he didn't. No one did. Jaden just already had it. Mia was just as worthy of it as anyone. Maybe Mia could have been better shown not to want the responsibility, justifying Mike's desire for it and her wanting to give it to him. Mentor G is for some reason somewhat placed in the wrong for overlooking Mike. Considering how Mike proceeded to act, I think G was very much in the right with his decision. I thought maybe this was a situation like SPD, where Doggy Kruger holds back giving Sky what he thinks he deserves, so Sky learns what he really needs to do to earn it. Unsurprisingly, Shinkenger did this plot much better, focusing on Chiaki, the Green Ranger's disappointment at being passed over, and the Pink Ranger being open to giving the disc to him. Pretty much all my critiques on Samurai are what Shinkenger does without feeling forced. On to other things, the monster, Desperano, was probably the least interesting monster so far. He's not bad, but he lacks personality. A major strong point for Samurai so far is the various monsters' personalities. So often in the Disney era, monsters just show up and get beaten with no clever strategy or abilities, and they mostly have the same types of voices or characters. Desperano is just a basic flat monster. He has a neat ability, but doesn't utilize it enough. This leads into my thoughts on Bulk and Spike. I really think they should have been affected by the Nylok's ability. Instead, they just fool around at the arcade. Gradually, they are getting more integrated into the plot, but they're just in the background, basically. So far, there's not a single instance where they're relevant at all to anything going on. Hopefully this gets improved later. Desperano was voiced by Peter Gentil, who also voiced Yamimore a couple episodes ago. He'll reprise both characters in the Halloween episode, Party Monsters. I guess the last thing to mention is the Samurai Battle Wing. It's alright. I like that the additional Zords remain relevant in a way, instead of getting forgotten. I don't know if they actually stick around past this point, but this keeps them, around for a while longer. So yeah, I'm still enjoying Samurai, but the cracks are definitely starting to show. Maybe it'll improve as the crew gets used to things, or maybe it'll go off the rails and get way worse. We have yet to meet the Gold Ranger. Maybe his introduction will help. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.